Hey, and welcome to the Triple A's Plus M. We're back, and the channel is called Our Voice. We want to make sure that you can hear us loud and clear. So let's hear who's on. We have Miss Andrea.
Hi.
We have Anitra.
Hey, what it do? What it do?
And we have Miss M, Mo.
How you doing?
And with that said, we want to just welcome everybody. So, guys, how you feeling?
I feel good about the Saturday sip.
All
Time to
right.
drink.
I know that's right. We're sitting around a pool and we're going to kick back and just let our people know exactly how we're feeling. But sometimes we need to just make sure we share some stuff out there for you, just to let you know you can find us out here at our_voice1. So please like and subscribe and make sure that you know we are here. So to welcome you, why don't we just go ahead and bring to the stage.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Good. Do you sleep good?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow. Are you happy, Dad? Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Okay, yeah. Mama.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello, baby.
Okay.
No, not okay. Let
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, hello.
Come and see me.
Come and see me.
Oh, my dinner.
I has something to say. Go on.
I'm with you. Yay.
Let me live. Mom, you made me happy.
Aw.
Good morning.
All right, with
That
that
was
said,
sweet.
good morning, good afternoon, and guten Tag. Welcome, guys, to the show. We just wanted to make sure that you guys know how we feel and what's going on. Talk back to me, guys. How was your week?
Ooh, how was my week? My week was eventful. My week was emotional. But here I am.
My
My week
week was it went fast. Every day just went fast. I don't know what I did.
I had an emotional breakdown. I came back up, went back down. I turned 51 this week. I don't care if anybody knows. And it's chapter 51. We about to do this thing, y'all. So hey.
All right. Wait a minute. You turned 51?
Yes, I did. I'm officially grown now.
Well, we're going to do that for you. You turned 51. We're going to
Happy
celebrate.
birthday.
Happy belated birthday. Happy
Thank you.
birthday. And guess what? You're not getting old. You're just getting fine with wine.
That's
Remember
right.
that.
Mhm.
Lowry's.
You just being fine with wine. That's all right. That's no problem with it. But what's going on with the latest? You know what I want to talk about? Honestly, we definitely need to make sure that we are dealing with this bad weather. How's the weather there in Cali?
The weather actually here is phenomenal. It's really nice right now. We had quite a warm week, but today it's cool. There's a slight breeze blowing, so it's very comfortable. Very springtimey here today.
Anitra.
Hotter than Donald Trump's breath and as steamy as it outside. You walk out, you think you about to come into some air, you be like.
With that said, let's take a sip.
Yeah, I can't beat that one.
Who? Andrea, after that sip, how's your weather?
Well, it's very hot in Texas, and it's humid. It's better than being dry. I used to live in Las Vegas, and that dry heat, you felt like you were in an oven, felt like you were cooking from the inside out. But here, the heat is tolerable.
Oh, really? Well,
Parboil.
I can imagine.
Mhm.
Well, let's go ahead and play this quick video in regards to yesterday's heat.
Weather events are ravaging parts of the U.S. today. Areas in Texas are facing massive flooding, with the worst potentially still to come.
And in other parts of the country, millions are seeing orange skies, poor air quality. It's all as a heat dome lingers. Maddie Gannon brings us the latest tonight.
Flash flood emergencies issued across South Central Texas Thursday, as large and potentially deadly flood waves surged down the Guadalupe and Pedernales rivers, threatening the same area devastated by last year's July 4th floods that killed more than 130 people, including 25 girls, 2 counselors, and Camp Mystic's executive director.
I hope I'm high enough, and I hope there's not too much damage, because this is insane.
Some areas of Texas got about a year's worth of rain in 3 days. Officials say water rescues are ongoing. As of Wednesday, more than 75 people had been rescued, according to the Texas governor. Thousands are under evacuation orders, while others are being told to shelter in place. Power outages are also mounting, and forecasters warn the danger is not done.
We have a moderate rain falling right now. There could be another 10 inches of rain. There could be another 15 inches of rain. What might be coming next is very concerning.
Meanwhile, millions in the Midwest and Northeast are seeing air quality alerts from smoke drifting over the U.S. amid wildfires in Canada and Minnesota. The poor conditions could linger until Friday, hitting major metro areas in the east.
We do have extreme heat and air quality coexisting at the same time. That creates kind of a 1-2 punch for people, for extra impacts. And so that's why we're particularly concerned about this one.
Maddie Gannon, KREM 2 News.
All right. So let's talk about that one.
With global warming, there has been a lot of heat and a lot more bugs. And here around me, they're having a lot of wasp. And a lot of people say they're getting the bumblebees as well as the wasp. So it's a lot going on.
Wow. Wow. Anitra?
I was thinking about this whole thing, and there's so many active fires and floods and hurricanes and earthquakes. And I'm just going to say, I am a God-fearing person, and it just seemed like revelation. Just seemed like something after another, and that we, like, the earth is trying to tell us something, and we're not listening or something. It's just, and I'm worried about the people, and it's always affected the people that are the poorest in the most, rural areas, and it's just a lot. And then they don't know if they're gonna get help afterwards or what. So it's a lot going on. It's kind of heavy, and people are losing everything.
Ooh. Okay.
I called my friend. Well, she called me. She lives in San Antonio, and the Camp Mystique is down in that area. And she said when they went to work Wednesday, it was raining and they were able to make it to work. But she said Thursday it took 2 hours to get to work. 2 hours. So, and if they're saying they're not finished yet, that area does get a lot of rain.
OMG. So you guys have to watch out. I want to highlight, hey, Angry Army Vet, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. But I miss Jazzy Renee, so we've got to get that message out there that we're out here sipping on a Saturday. So Angry Army lives in Vegas, and it does feel like an oven. And I don't miss the dust storm. I can imagine. Look at them puppies. They look so good. Aw. Who else is out here? Come on, let's see.
Hey, you guys, thanks for coming out and seeing us on our new business here. Hey, stop by, take a sip, sit down, and maybe have a chip. Because while we take in a dip, okay?
Normally, I would put hello in the chat to everyone. So today I'm having technical difficulties. So if you don't see hello from me, I'm saying it from here. He can't see my heart though right now. I'm seeing it from here. Happy Saturday.
Okay. That is so sweet. Mo, what's going on with you?
Well, with me, it's like I said, it's hunky dory out here. I just feel so bad, for all those people out there dealing with the weather. I'm gonna be funny, and maybe my fellow Californians will be mad at me for this, but child, if it just starts drizzling, Californians lose their mind and don't even know how to drive, don't want to go outside. They think it's a storm when it's drizzling. So all this climate change, and it's the weather has been funny. It's been truly funny, but we're still sunny California out here for the most part. We haven't gotten too much of that inclement weather that people are experiencing everywhere else.
Well, you heard what Angry Army Vet, she waiting on that rap album from Anitra to drop.
Okay, I'm dropping bars and I'm dropping names from the
I
files.
like what she said. Hot as hell fire here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. I hear you. But you know what, guys? I'm going to transition from the weather and let's take a sip on what's going on. Guess who got a payday?
Woo!
Guess who got a payday? Let's comment on it on the other side.
See, I don't understand how people can be afraid of a fat, elderly man.
E. Jean Carroll has been, I mean, it was 3 years ago that a jury found Trump for liable for sexual abuse in a Manhattan department store in 1996, and also for defaming E. Jean Carroll on social media. And E. Jean Carroll has been fighting to get this payment pretty much ever since there. And finally, and this week, finally, writer E. Jean Carroll finally received the $5 million in damages that a jury had ordered Donald Trump to pay her in one of her 2 cases against him. And after years of Trump fighting this payout, and unsuccessfully appealing the judgment, even petitioning the Supreme Court several times, she's finally being paid. So this is good news. This is satisfaction. E. Jean Carroll, who took him to task, who did it fearlessly, is finally getting paid. And it also made me think, and this has been circulating a little bit, but it made me think about this interview clip from a few months back where she really defines, I think this rings very true for the right way to, I guess, stand up to Trump in this particular moment. And it's from a couple of months ago, but it's very, I felt it in my bones right now.
See, I don't understand.
Well, we did hear her. So go ahead, ladies, comment.
I want to make sure I had to get unmuted. So first thing I would have said, it's going to be a wire transfer because ain't nobody taking no check. Can you imagine trying to wait for that to clear? You'd be nervous. Like this. Trying to sign it. She got her money. Better have my money. Hey, that's what I thought. She waited and she got it.
Well, what I really thought, how can a felon be president? That's what it makes me think. And the people that are in prison, when they get out, when they've served their time for their crime, they still can't vote. So why do we have a felon for president? Why do people keep voting for him? Why do they
got the felony while I was there?
And why do they let him keep hiding the Epstein files?
They haven't talked about Epstein in a while.
In a long time.
I've heard them talk about it briefly, but not enough to, when they were talking to the guy that's trying to be his permanent lawyer. What's his name? He was just being interviewed.
Blanche.
Todd Blanche. Yeah,
Todd Blanche. So he talked about it briefly, and he met with some of the survivors the other day, and they even interviewed some of them, and they were on MS Now, and they said that they were very unhappy with once they met with him, and they still felt like he just put them down and didn't care, and it was all about again Donald Trump.
Yeah. I like the article that I don't know if it was somebody else said it or if she said it, but she said the eagle has landed. I just thought that was I thought that was so cute. I was like, ooh. But I was thinking about what you said, Anitra. Better have my money, right?
Go ahead, peel it off, Leitra. That cheddar. Go ahead.
We'll need that cheddar, that dead presidents, how you want to put it. That them dead presidents be the one though. I like that. That's my favorite.
I'm waiting for the panel to our viewers and supporters to weigh in. Tell us how you feel that lady got her money.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was gonna make it before she died or something. And
That's
I was
what
like,
I thought
oh
they
my
were waiting on it.
goodness.
I'm with you, Anitra. I truly believe they were waiting for her to die so they didn't have to pay.
Yeah.
And like Angry Army said, Aaron Parnas is still staying all on top of this too. And I was wondering, I can't remember their names right now, the Black African American mother and daughter that worked the polls, and then he put a lot of wrong information out in the media on those two. And I wonder when they are going to get their money. That's what I was thinking about, because the only person so far that he owed money to, he gave one person. Out of all these years of crimes, this is the first person he's paid.
That's true. Now that's facts. Absolutely, that is facts.
So
that you're talking about Rudy Giuliani owing the mother and daughter team in Atlanta, Georgia, money.
Yep.
They said Rudy broke. Oh, Rude. He went down
Rudy's
with dark
not
path.
broke.
I know he
Rudy's
ain't
not.
broke because he can always make some money doing something.
Called that shell game has been played, and he just moved that money elsewhere, probably to a son, and the son said, "You're not getting this money back." They all ruthless.
They don't want to take it
Allegedly.
for his nursing home stay.
Allegedly.
And yes, Angry Army vet, he still owes her like almost $80 million.
I was about to go there. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are so right. His debt is not paid yet. It's just only begun.
But he wants to give all of this money to the January 6th Sixers that were in prison for a small length of time.
Well, we heard the nut the other night. Yeah, I said it. Talking that gibberish, whatever they was breaking into people's TV shows to interrupt. What was that mess? It had nothing to do with absolutely nothing, and that's why I know something is wrong. It was sun-kissed.
Well, ABC, NBC, and CNN elected not to show it. So I was happy about that, because all he wanted to do was promote the SAVE Act, so that women can't vote, transgenders can't vote, anybody that changed their name. You know, we really don't know what his name is.
Good point.
Orange Crush.
Well, let's go ahead and read this from our vet out there. If he was made to pay all his debt, he would go broke. Come through, Judge. Come through. I feel you on that, baby. Feel you. Yes, that's a word. That is a word. And Mama Molly, what you have on us? The one was this one
public. Yeah.
Was so public. He had to pay her. You so right, Mama Molly. Yes, they did.
And the courts kept siding with her and pushing it forward every time he tried to block her. So.
And our Angry Army vet agrees with you, Mama Molly, saying that part. Exactly that part.
Yep.
I'm just ready to wake up from this nightmare. I'm just so exhausted. I feel like I had a job that I had for 4 months that felt like 4 years, and this president felt like it's been going on since I was little.
Right? Feels like it's been going on forever.
Well, now with his channel, I forget what his channel name is. What is it? The one for
you talking about his platform? Live Social.
Yeah, Truth Social.
Live Social. He ain't telling
Live
us.
Social.
Well, he should say Live Social, but his name Truth Social. And what he's doing right now is, if you pay X amount of dollars, any breaking news, it goes to them first. It goes to the people that donated the most money. Any breaking information, it goes to them, and then it goes to Americans.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I'm going to switch gears because it is Saturday Sip. We haven't talked about Nolan Wells. We must hear from Miss Crockett. Let's see what she had to say.
All right, Congresswoman, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Nolan Wells investigation. Some people feel like it's racially motivated. What do you think?
I mean, I think that specifically as Black Americans in the United States right now, we are always going to question whether or not there is a racial motivation. But also, if you know the history of Mississippi, I think that you'd have to be blind not to question potentially what is happening, especially in the case of an 18-year-old who ends up deceased without his cell phone, without any communication whatsoever with anybody, prior to ending up deceased. And he was out with his Caucasian friends. And then law enforcement tells everybody there's no foul play to be suspected. Now, a blind man could see that there's something to investigate. And so I want to applaud the legal team, Ben Crump and his team, as well as his parents, for not giving up and accepting no as an answer.
Well, it sounds like you think it is racially motivated.
I absolutely think that I can tell you that we don't have any answers. But if you think that race is not something to look at, then you are not really trying to investigate.
So what do you think?
Well, I mean, you know me. I'm a civil rights lawyer. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the fact that these white kids deleted their social media accounts. It's not like they sat down and talked to law enforcement. It's not even like law enforcement decided that they wanted to sit down and talk to them. They decided, oh, the little Black boy ended up dead without his cell phone, without his friends, going and telling his parents, oh, yeah, we got the cell phone. They got to go and track down the phone and find the phone. It looks like a racial thing to me, but hey, maybe we'll find out that it wasn't.
Well, what's interesting is we had his football coach on our TV show today, and he said that there was never any racial tension between any of the students or anything like that. So, I mean, that kind of points that maybe this wasn't racially motivated.
I mean, I can't say what even the cause of death really is. We know that there's an independent autopsy that's going on, but I can tell you that race is absolutely playing a role. What role? Whether it had to do with his death, whether it had to do with the fact that maybe your friends left you to die, or your friends didn't care that maybe you did die. I do believe that there's a racial component, or if it's just in law enforcement, not feeling as if Nolan Wells was worthy of an actual investigation, but instead decided that there was no foul play, seemingly with no evidence, without talking to any witnesses. That to me is where there are racial components to this for sure. But I will not say that I know for sure that race played a role in his death.
All right. So if you can mute your phones, because I'm getting feedback with that. But let's go back over to it. Momo, take this one.
Yeah, she kind of took the words out of my mouth there at the end, because I think, you know, before people start accusing her of race baiting and things like that, we don't know what happened to this young man. We don't know if.
Okay.
We don't know if he was. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't know if he was murdered. We don't know if it was an accident. But I definitely believe, I agree with her, that as far as the investigation is concerned, race does play a component in that. Because no one is going to convince me that there is not the same urgency when Black bodies go missing, when Black bodies end up dead. There's not the same urgency to find out what happened and get to the bottom of things. There just isn't.
Anitra, take on Angry Army Vet's statement. Please read it, because we need to make sure that it's heard. Angry Army Vet's statement.
It says, it's Mississippi playing, if you play in your place if you want. I don't even like stopping for gas in Mississippi unless it's Buc-ee's. And she goes on, and I've been to Mississippi a couple of times. I have some family there. It's my family's from Money. And I can't do it. I'm from the north, and it's a very different dynamic down there. just the way people interact. Nice people, don't get me wrong, but it's very segregated. I noticed that. It's just very uncomfortable for me down in Mississippi, and I don't trust anything coming out of their investigation, or any, especially if it's regarding African American people, brown people, or anything. And for the coach to say there was no animus or anything, yeah, maybe there wasn't on the field and everything, but stuff happens all the time, and people have underlying currents that we don't know about. Anything could have happened. I hope that that's not what it is, but either way, he lost his life and something went wrong.
Ooh, that is an interesting note, Angry Army Vet. That is an interesting note, and I just want to call it out that they tried it on the black assistant coach, where the head coach, who was white, they didn't interview, or did he, or did they? Anyone know?
Mm-mm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not aware of it, but for optics' sake, I'm sure they trotted the black guy out there, you know, for that specific reason, I'm sure. Hey, mama.
Well, the one thing I want to say is Jasmine Crockett looks good.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that. I was going to say the hair is herring and the outfit is, yeah.
Well, she got off the plane today and she was saying that she's sorry she didn't look good. And now I see the full outfit. I'm like, Jasmine Crockett, I already have my son and my uncle fighting over it. You know, both of them got partners themselves. And like, and when they're in Dallas, they say that's who their wife is, though.
Not wifey. Do she get some benefits though? I'm just saying. On payday, do they make it rain?
Well, they got to make it rain.
That's funny.
She's a nice lady.
Funny.
She's a smart lady, very intelligent. We need her in our government. But everything that's going on down there with Nolan Wells, I wish their family so much, their community, because they're gonna have a lot of healing to do. And his funeral's Monday, and I know that's gonna be very difficult. And I just hope that we get some answers after the autopsy results come out and things like that to help guide them, and that the FBI, everybody does what they're supposed to do with some integrity and stay on their butts about this investigation.
One thing I want to just bring up, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. We need every last one of them because we're starting from scratch. And if you know someone that would be interested in hearing nothing but media truth, real talk, and hearing from you guys, please share the link. Absolutely. Hey, we do have an old follower. Read that one.
He said, why leave your friend behind alone? This seems so suspicious. No, we have a fresh start. It was time to be anew, you know.
No, they're talking about Nolan Wells.
Oh yeah, okay. I was talking about us, y'all. We didn't leave y'all behind. You here?
No, they're talking about Nolan Wells.
But no, I understood. I wouldn't have left my friend behind. I don't know how they did that. I don't know why they did that, and I don't understand why only Black people are coming forward to talk. And then I've heard stories that they've gotten paid to talk.
Wait a minute, we just got an update. One of our users said, where is her shout out? Let's go ahead and shout her out. Let's raise the roof.
Hey, Miss Tuesday.
Hey, Miss Tuesday.
I'm turning up on a Tuesday. Got the girls that be thinking we Tuesday.
Hey.
Turning up. Okay, I'm done.
We had to make sure we shout you out. Thank you for coming. And please stop by. Barry, Barry? I hear you. I understand what you're saying. It's very sad you leaving your friend behind.
Mm-hmm.
Barry, keep talking to us. Make sure you like and subscribe. And Miss Tuesday, I hope we turned it up on you for you. And if you feel you're being left out, just talk to us. We got you. We reading.
And August has to keep me on the right subject. So okay.
It's all right. I'm sorry, but we haven't finished with Nolan Wells yet because there is the latest update. And guys, there's a lot of stories out there. So we're trying to be very careful in putting out falsehoods. So please just bear with us and listen to this one as I bring it to the stage.
News partners revealing some new GPS data from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, tracking the movements of the boat Nolan Wells was on before he disappeared July 4th.
For 2 weeks, a name has carried more weight than almost anything else in the Nolan case, precisely because so little was known about the person attached to it. A name without a full story. 2 people were with Nolan Wells in his final confirmed minutes on Horn Island. Nolan's friends, and a young woman they only ever referred to by her first name. For nearly 2 weeks, one of those 2 accounts stayed almost entirely out of public view, while the other was repeated so many times it started to sound like established fact. Tonight, that changes, because what Katie says happened does not match what his friends have told investigators, and a family that has already lost their son now has to sit with the possibility that somebody, somewhere in this story, isn't telling them the truth. Think about what that means for two parents who have spent every day since July the 4th trying to understand how their son's holiday trip ended the way it did. It isn't enough for them to know what happened. They need to know who they can trust to tell them. There's more waiting for you tonight. Tracked GPS coordinates showing exactly where a boat went, hour by hour, on the day Nolan disappeared. A record that doesn't care about anyone's feelings or loyalties, only about what actually occurred. A grand jury, now officially in motion, carrying this case somewhere it has never been before. And a set of small, strange details his own parents still can't make sense of. Details that have nothing to do with online rumors or viral posts, and everything to do with what actually happened on a barrier island off the coast of Mississippi. Before we start, a quick note. This case centers on the death of a young man, so if that's a heavy topic for you tonight, please take care of yourself as we go. And if you want to follow this case as it develops, hit subscribe now, and let us know in the comments where your
I'm gonna move forward.
night he went missing. A night that for his mother must have felt like it stretched on without end. According to someone who was on the phone with Christine Wansley as she tried to figure out where her son was, Katie's name entered the conversation almost by accident, mentioned as someone Nolan had wanted to stay behind with. And then came a detail that made an already terrifying night considerably worse. Word that Katie herself might be missing too, with nobody on that call able to say who she actually was, or where to even begin looking for her. Picture that moment for a second. A mother already searching for one missing child, suddenly told there might be 2. No name to attach to the second worry, no number to call, just more fear, stacked on top of fear that already had nowhere left to go. That particular fear turned out to be unfounded. Katie was never missing. She had left the island safely that day on a different boat, and had been reachable the entire time. Confirmation of that came not from police, and not from Nolan's friends, but from her own mother, Gracie McCormack, who posted publicly to correct the record once speculation about her daughter started spreading online in ways she never expected. According to McCormack, her daughter was on Horn Island that day, spent time with Nolan, and the 2 parted ways sometime that afternoon. She says her daughter has no knowledge of anything that happened to him afterward. She said goodbye to him. She got on a different boat. She went home to a mother who had no idea at the time that her daughter's name would soon sit at the center of one of the most talked about cases in the country. If that were the whole story, it would end there, quietly, the way most small footnotes in a larger tragedy tend to end. It doesn't. Because attorney Ben Crump, representing the Wells family, says Katie's account of that final conversation is specific and hasn't wavered, and it conflicts directly with what Nolan's friends have said. According to Katie, Nolan told her he was planning to rejoin his friends and get back on their boat before they left the island. According to the friends themselves, Nolan told them the opposite, that he intended to stay behind on the island with Katie, entirely by his own choice, in his own words. Both statements cannot be accurate. One of these 2 accounts is wrong. And somewhere behind that single word, wrong, sits a family who has to live with not knowing which one it is. If Katie's version holds up, then something happened in the space between Nolan stating his intention to leave and the boat actually pulling away without him. Something interrupted whatever plan he had. Nobody has explained what. If the friend's version holds up, then Nolan made a deliberate, conscious choice to remain alone on a remote barrier island as his only ride home departed without him, which raises an entirely different question about what happened to him in the hours that followed, alone, without the group he had spent the whole day with. This isn't a theory pulled from a comment section, or a claim built on speculation. It's a direct contradiction between two people who were both there, describing Nolan's last documented words in two ways that simply cannot be reconciled with each other. And right now, as of this recording, nobody, not the family, not the investigators, not anyone with the authority to say for certain, has resolved it. Nolan's parents are left holding two versions of their son's final choice, unable to know which one is real. There's a particular kind of pain in that specific uncertainty, one that's different from grief itself. Grief, terrible as it is, at least has a shape. It's the loss of a person you loved. But this is something else. The loss of even knowing your own son's last decision. Did he choose to stay, or did he intend to come home? For most families, that would be an easy thing to answer. Pieced together from a dozen small confirmations that never even register as important until they're needed. For the Wansley family, it has become the single hardest unanswered question in their son's entire case, and nobody has been able to hand them a real answer yet. Now,
I'm going to stop it right there. Talk back to me, people. What is our viewers saying and supporters?
Well, we knew he had stayed for some reason, and it usually is a girl, isn't it? But she
But did he?
She left on the boat, and he didn't. I mean, we don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, we don't know if he chose to stay
Mhm.
because the statements are conflicting. According to the young lady, and as they said, her statement was very specific and it has not wavered. He specifically said he was going back to his friends to get on the boat to leave. Now, his friends said that he chose to stay with the girl.
Mhm.
So we don't know what happened, but here's Angry Army Vet. Where's the dock footage, CCTV to and from, and their cell phones and GPS? Boat GPS and coordinates is great, but we need all the footage and data also. I'm sure Crump's team will get it. And I agree with her on that. Crump is not going to let this die until he is satisfied, that the family has gotten the answers that they need. But
I want to know what took her so long to come out. What took her long to say something that she was with them that afternoon?
Maybe it didn't take her long. Maybe we just got the information late.
yes,
I think that I heard the 911 call when they said they were taking on water a couple like yesterday, and so that gave them a time, and they got towed back, and it was in dock by 5:30. So somebody saw something, and if it was at 3 o'clock or so when they said it, and then 4:30, like I said, there's a big gap in there, and I'm gonna tell you what, as a fellow African American, we don't stay back on the island.
Mm-mm.
It's just very even if we did have a boat, you would have your phone put on the safe boat. Something is not right, and so the investigation is what we need. Because I've had a couple conversations with people this week. This one gentleman I know, he happens to be white. He was like, they was drinking and he probably just drowned. I said, but the thing is, if your child went out with a bunch of friends and they all happen to be black or Hispanic or some other, and then everybody came back but him, and they said he wanted to stay at the island, wouldn't you want answers?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he didn't ever say no more about it after that. But I'm just like, I don't understand why we can't just get the answers. And if there was drinking and all that, people have accountability for that because it was underage. So they can use that as leverage to get more information. I hate to say it, but you got to play dirty sometime.
And why did they come back and wipe their social media clean? That made no sense. And didn't want to give up the phone. That makes no sense if you care about your friend.
And I
who
find it
wiped
interesting
his
that, go ahead.
Who wiped his phone?
They did. I mean, I don't know. I don't, they say they took it back and wiped it clean.
Well, they got forensics on it now, so they'll find it.
Before you guys go on, let's read this one. It says, my feeling is anyone who delayed coming forward probably had to get an attorney. Now that's a word.
And then that delays everything.
Yes.
The attorneys always tell you to shut up. That's it. I'll talk or don't talk.
That
and they're
part,
right.
Yep, that part. Angry Army Vet. We expect our children to come back home. If they don't, we expect an explanation. Period.
And one thing I don't understand is, do they have hourly departures from the island back to Mississippi? I mean,
what do you mean?
This ain't that kind of place.
No,
was it pre-planned? It was, what kind of party was it?
No, they have single boats out there, my love.
Yes.
So it's not one big party boat. It is individuals that have a boat and have friends get on their various boats. They go out there, they meet up. So there is no one single boat, to answer your question.
And from what I understand, if you're traveling to the island, you have to have a permit, so you have to like log your intention to be there. So there's tons of paperwork and paper trails and all of that kind of stuff. So it just seems very strange that we don't have more information.
And then we have lack of information, and because I want to know whose boat were they on, who owned it.
They're working on that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they know that, don't they?
Yeah, they know who it is, but they talking about like the people, because in the 911 call, they say they're taking on water because their belcher or something broke. Basically, the pump. And then she goes, "Is everybody on the boat safe?" And the gentleman says, "Yeah," but like they said, if he had a list of people and one of them wasn't on there, they're responsible for that, responsible for any underage drinking that took place and all that kind of stuff, and to make sure everybody that got on that boat that they took out there came back. And if they didn't, a plausible explanation why not, and then why you would have their phone. It should have been handled by the captain, and they have responsibility, so they should get some answers based on that, because those are chargeable offenses according to some Mississippi attorneys.
So you're saying the boat, whoever the captain is responsible for having a manifest, just like an airplane is responsible for having a manifest.
And what goes on that boat, as far as any drinking or anything. I was very perplexed, though, that the children, I call them children, they let them take pictures of them with the alcohol in their hand. Well, back in the day when I had underage drinking, yeah, I did it, but not that much, and here and there, but I wouldn't have took no picture.
They grown in their mind. So they're not thinking. And that's probably why you see the phones white on all sides, because there are other incriminating evidence that they do not want people to see from their phones.
They probably don't have nothing to do with this, but they just don't want to see it because it's incriminating.
Correct. But before I move on, let's go ahead and take a sip. It's Saturday. Sipping with the AAA's plus M. All right, now that we took that sip to breathe, let's wrap this up. What is Angry Army Vet saying?
White privilege is what Missy, how do you say that, Miss today?
Tuesday.
Miss Tuesday.
Miss Tuesday. I like that. Lack of information and lack of urgency. I am what that means.
The urgency is what gets me. I mean, come on now. Urgency has always been a problem, from Atlanta child murders to all kinds of stuff, and just the longer it takes, the more convoluted it's becoming.
And just a PSA, Andrea, IMO means in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to know. I said, what IMO mean? Keep updating old people.
Not a Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, they went to the vernacular. We'll give you the
If,
breakdown.
if they were drinking what adults supply the alcohol, it's time to get the low hanging fruit to get to the top.
Word.
Yep. And I'm sure it was a factor in whatever took place. I'd have been at resorts where you got the sun, the drinking, and the pool, and you out there all day.
All right. With that said, I'm going to transition because it's time to talk about the DC Crazy House. Let's find
MS
out.
Now has exclusive new reporting on Vice President J.D. Vance's questionable use of the Secret Service. Check this out. Quote, Vance's security detail fed up with hastily arranged personal and family travel requests. Sources familiar with the agent's frustration tell MS Now the Vance family frequently presses the Secret Service staff for perks and for last-minute personal travel. Just last Thursday, the family demanded that agents join a military helicopter crew to fly his young son to his golf lesson across town. Turns out that flight was later canceled due to weather, but they have also used the choppers to house hunt in Virginia. Operating that helicopter cost taxpayers between $16,000 and $24,000 an hour. Agents have also shared concerns internally about, quote, trips and assignments that some agents consider as inappropriate or even unprecedented use of government resources.
So what we heard from Secret Service sources over the last, say, 48 hours was, Carol, previous vice presidents tried to take seriously our time off. We're already giving so much of our lives to the protection of them and their family. And so they would try to give us a day's warning if something was going to change, or a day's or more warning about a new trip that was coming up out of nowhere. The vice president's office, I want to tell you, basically said they, in their formal comment to us, we thank the Secret Service.
Oh, I'll read it. Yeah, I just want to make sure we get it in.
Yeah.
While protecting a vice president with a large policy portfolio and a young and growing family presents a unique challenge, agents of the Secret Service do so with excellence. But it doesn't sound like it addresses the complaints at all.
No, it doesn't address it. Some administration officials talked to us on background about this and basically said, look, some changes are going to be, are last minute changes in travel are just part of the job. And the Secret Service is going to have to basically suck it up. But agents we spoke to your really smart question, say this is beyond the pale in terms of the repetitiveness of the off the record movements. And then, these extra perks like the golf lesson, helicopter trip.
All right. Tonight, MS Now has.
All right. So, do you have a helicopter to take your child to golf lessons?
I'm really getting pissed because I'm tired of them using our money for whatever they want to use it for. Ain't nobody taking you to the Olive Garden on Air Force One. It's ridiculous running down to Chick-fil-A and whatnot. Y'all need to chill out with this money between them and Cash Patel and all this waste and these people. And then we have and the pool and the reflected, all that money in the UFC. Where is the money for the people? Where's my money? Where's my health care?
And if you take an aerial view of the White House and you will see all the destruction, it looks like it's destroyed. All the circumference of the White House looks destroyed. It's not just the east side, like the west side, the north, and the south.
Wow.
It's just too much money being spent for somebody that said they don't have any. It's like somebody who owe you $100 and then you see them coming out of Macy's with a bag.
Well, just like, do you think his name was really taken off of the performance?
Wait a minute. I got stuck on that one. I'm sorry, Andre. I got stuck on the Macy's shop.
That was good. That was good.
That was prolific. You nailed that one. You nailed that. But that's our money. So go ahead, Andrea.
Right.
Well, I was wondering if his name has even been taken down from the Performing Arts Center in New York.
That's
Yes,
something
it
we need
has.
to investigate, but I thought it was.
Yeah,
Yes,
they took
it
it
has.
down.
Then why is the tarp still up?
Because his ego can't stand the fact that his name has been taken off. He doesn't want anybody to see his name has been taken off. You know that, Andrea.
Well, I know that, but that's why I don't believe that the name is off.
It is off.
think
There
so.
have been pictures of it. There have been
Right.
people that have been able to peek behind the tarp. It's off.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, they peeped behind the curtain and saw it removed. But again, I'm going to switch gears on you guys because there's something else that is going on that I definitely want to hear from
So
you
much.
guys.
He's hurt so many people. And he's caused so many deaths. But it will be over. He's an old man. He's a damaged personality. You can see he must have had a horrible childhood to be the man that he is now.
That's what I feel.
But that will be over. And I think the world is definitely with pendulums. So we have been moving in this authoritarian way for a while. But I think it's gone to its limit and it's coming back. And I think if what we can do is it comes back with wisdom, that we will have learned from this process, that we will be better for having gone through this. And the sense of responsibility for and to each other, all of us on this planet, can be part of the fabric of how we learn how to live with each other. So much. He's hurt so many people.
He has. And I just wanted to repeat that. It is so much. And he has hurt so many people. So many. Comments?
I mean, he's not even loyal to his real friend. You see what he said about old Lindsay this week? Like, yeah, he used to call me too much. I used to be like, stop calling me. What Jon Stewart said, he said, I miss him so much. I miss when I used to send him the voicemail. Ridiculous.
It is. It really, really is. But
and I thought that he must have been for his mother to send him away all of the time. I've never understood that, why she sent him away so much. He needed her.
He needed Fred.
Here's another story.
White people
hate black people
is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even. Each one of those things that people think regarding other races are different with black people, I think. Because again, we don't like black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want black judges. We don't want anything for black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a black nanny. We can have a black house cleaner. We can have a black teacher. We can have a black coach. We can have black players, but only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with. I think about all those sweet children that have been killed, murdered, when they go out with their white friends. And I think that as much as the trauma of slavery comes down through the DNA, I think also the cruelty of slavery, the desire to hurt, the desire to steal and kill and humiliate and torment and disappear black people is what comes down through the DNA. I think when you do something like that for long enough and you pass it down for the many years that slavery and enslaved people were in chains, that is an instinct with us, cruelty. And I think you can see it in many videos. All the white women and white men that are telling black kids and black families to get the hell out of here, you don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us. And we've tried so hard to keep you down, and we failed so badly. Because like Maya Angelou said, still you rise. We may hate you, we may beat you, we may do those things, and it makes us crazy that you keep coming back and getting better. We can't stand it. I don't know why that is.
Now that's a word. That is a word. She nailed that. She said that. Angry Army vet, Mama Molly.
It's so painful.
Talk to me. Talk back to me, folks.
It's so painful because I just don't think people understand that's not in our shoes. They don't have that pain body like Don was talking about. We have it. And it's just so painful that, like she said, you can be the housekeeper. You can do all these things, but you're not going to be the attorney, and you're definitely not going to be the doctor. you know, and it gets very convoluted. And the thing about it is some people are cutting off their nose to spite their face, you know, with things like that, because they don't understand that you know, there's different people in every race, but this oppression, and it's getting worse. I don't dislike white people or anything like that. It's just that it's the predominance. It's kind of like whoever does it the most. Y'all got to back up and give us some room to breathe and let us get through this, and we need to come together, because you're more like us than you are like him or anybody else or MAGA or anything. And if we don't have our communities together, ain't none of us gonna survive.
Whew. Now that is a word. Let that sit and spin with you, because she called it out. They just don't want to see us rise, but we still rise. We
Look at
shine
us.
above, and guess what? And we got to stick together. That's the key right there. We're still learning. We're under construction, and it's okay. I wish Mr. Barry would talk back to us. I want a male's perspective as well. Miss Molly, where is Angry Army Vet? Talk back to me, guys. This is something. While you guys think about that, hey, let's talk about Mr. Stewart. Let's see what he's talking about, because again, let's take a sip, ladies. It's Saturday. All right.
I get that people age differently. Why are we tolerating this level of national frailty in our lawmaking? And it's not just anti-old people. It's not disrespect to ask this question. In Japan, they revere the elderly. But the one thing they don't do is put them in charge of everything. What's the for argument here?
Well, age is a relative thing, as we all know. His experience is an advantage to us and not to be described as a disadvantage.
Oh, experience, that's right. This is actually the most experienced Congress we've ever had. How's that working out?
The most unproductive Congress in the first year of a president in history. Potentially the least productive in modern history.
Fewest laws passed since at least the 1950s. As our government has gotten older, the economy has gotten worse, inequality more severe, our safety net shredded. The irony is that this long past retirement age government has policies that force everyone else to have to work long past retirement age. Mostly, though, without a health care plan that covers a mysterious month in the hospital. Because we don't have a system that rewards experience and competence and performance. We have a system that rewards incumbency. These people aren't brilliant. They're fucking barnacles. Utterly incapable of addressing a world moving much faster than the speed of Matlock. I get that people age differently.
Whew, that's a word.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Matlock. That's my show, by the way. I'm down for Matlock, and I like hot dogs.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Absolutely.
But not a barnacle. He said, just.
Well, let's go ahead and continue with The Daily Show and Jon Stewart and see exactly what he's really trying to call out here.
Congress for a while now. I wonder why that is.
The current Congress is the third oldest in U.S. history, with the average age of senators nearly 64.
131 out of the 530. Members of Congress are 70 or older.
Graham is the sixth member of Congress to die this term.
This term? He's the sixth member of Congress to die this term. 6. If this were any other business, they'd shut it down to figure out what the is going on. 6 of them have died. Gas leak, serial killer, 6 of them are dead. My God, those are Petco gerbil numbers. What, are they just coming to Congress every morning with a shovel? What the is going on down there? It's not like the job is dangerous. They're just sitting there. They're not filming Deadliest Catch. Oh, come on. No way he's in that show. Wow, he really is healthy. And not to put too fine a point on it, but the last person to speak to Graham is our 80-year-old president. The governor who chooses Graham's replacement is 79. One of the candidates being considered is 78, but he backed out because he's too important at his current job in the House of Representatives, all to save the Todd Blanche hearings, which are being co-run by 92-year-old Chuck Grassley and whippersnapper Dick Durbin, 81. The entire Congress is falling apart due to a lack of not just political will, but bone density.
Democratic Congresswoman Frederica Wilson recovering from an eye surgery.
89-year-old Chuck Grassley getting hip replacement.
Senator Patrick Leahy, a broken hip. Nancy Pelosi, hip replacement surgery.
Steny Hoyer is in the hospital with pneumonia. Eleanor Holmes Norton is in the early stages of dementia.
Dwight Evans, who's 71, had a stroke.
Bernie Sanders is sidelined by a heart attack.
Congresswoman Kay Granger lived in an assisted living facility for dementia patients while still serving in Congress and drawing a congressional paycheck.
And all of those, by the way, are the ones who are still on the table. The whole place is a Sky Rizzy commercial. The numbers are pretty
Oh God, we are at the top of the hour. So, ladies, talk back to me on that.
We need term limits.
They're gonna have to quit. You can't have Chuck Grassley. He was the designated survivor when the guy went into the thing for Trump in April at the press. At the press dinner. That's who we was gonna be left with. Chuck Grassley. I don't think so. Yeah, we got to quit doing that. And it's nothing against older people. It's just that I don't know where you at. You got Susan Collins shaking and stuff and acting funny. All these people, take care of your health. It's okay to come if you can do it, but if you can't do the job, you got to go. Where's Mitch? Where is Mitch?
Miss Molly said they all need to go play with their grandchildren.
All right, Miss Molly.
But they're trying
learn their names
to take the money from the United States. They just all want the money, the haves and the have-nots. They want to be the haves and they want us to be the have-nots.
Well,
they have insurance.
Here's the thing, Andrea. Their retirements are blue chip retirements. They don't lose their health care. They get a salary almost commensurate to what they're making now. It's not about the money. It's about the power.
They want all of it. They want the money and the power. The have and the have-nots, we don't have no power either.
What I'm saying is they could go home and retire and still have the money. They stay because they want the power.
They want both. Because you can't buy power.
But you can.
All right, ladies, we are at
lately, huh?
We can debate this on Tuesday. Please make sure you join us on Tuesday. We definitely want you to see this funny that is going on.
Who spends the most money in your house?
Daddy. He buys tools for jobs he never does. Mommy says the garage is where tools go to die.
Does Mommy make delicious meals at home?
No. Mommy always tells Dad like this. If you don't like my food, go back to your mother's house.
What do you dream to be when you grow up?
A millionaire.
Like me?
You're still dreaming.
Who is the boss of your house?
Mommy.
And what about Grandma? What does Grandma do?
Grandma feeds me cookies and says, don't tell Mommy.
Do you tell Mommy? Sometimes.
So, how did your Mommy and Daddy actually fall in love? Daddy says he couldn't live without her, but now he can't even go to the bathroom without asking her.
Wait. When Mummy and Daddy argue, whose team are you on?
I'm on Daddy's team.
Really? Why Daddy?
Because Mommy's the strong one. Daddy's the one who needs backup.
Who do you love more? Mommy or Daddy?
Grandma.
Who wastes the most time at home?
Daddy,
Doing what?
looking for the TV remote. Daddy's sitting on it.
What's your favorite thing about Grandpa?
He forgets stuff
Why is that good?
because I can ask for cookies twice.
Smart move.
What does your mommy do when somebody leaves the fridge open?
She does not just say close it. She gives a whole speech. She talks about electricity, money, cold air, and how the fridge is working very hard for this family. It turns into a refrigerator meeting.
Would you do a job or a business?
A job.
Great. Then what kind of work would you do?
I would hide from my boss because Daddy says good employees are hard to find, so I would be a good employee.
Who tells the best stories in your family?
Grandpa, but he forgets the ending and makes up new ones every time.
Who is the funniest person in your family?
Daddy. But only when he doesn't know we're watching.
What does Daddy do that's so funny?
He dances in the kitchen when he thinks no.
What is the biggest secret in your house?
Daddy tells Grandma her cooking is amazing. But he feeds it to the dog when she's not looking.
You are in trouble.
What's the best thing about your grandpa?
Grandpa tells me secrets. He said, don't tell Grandma he eats cookies at night. He said, don't tell Mom he broke her vase. He said, don't tell Dad he lost the remote. I have a notebook. It's full. I'm saving it for my birthday.
Who is the
And we will continue on Tuesday with more jokes and fun. Thank you, everybody, for sitting out with us on this Saturday. We truly appreciate it. Just note, stay tuned for new content. And we're going to kind of look into military content and also voter petition. So we have new content, new faces on Monday. Please make sure you tune in to the Don Lemon Show in order to see about the Nolan's celebration. And last but not least, we have new history coming our way. Saturday Sip is here with us. And I want to say to you on the screen, wishing you a peaceful weekend. Just breathe and be. Breathe in peace. Breathe out stress. Breathe in faith. Breathe out worry. Breathe in courage. Breathe out fear. Breathe in calm. Breathe out chaos. Breathe in love. Breathe out gratitude. On behalf of Andrea, Anitra, Momo, and Miss August, we wish you a lovely Saturday and weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Say bye, ladies.
Good morning.